When you understand people behaviour, you can become a sales expert. I've spent my whole career helping business owners learn the signs and the signals of how to read other people in order to help them get brilliant sales results. In this video, I'm going to share with you 6 body signals and gestures that you can use in your sales conversations and situations to get better results. They're going to help you, they're going to open your eyes hopefully to what the other person that you're sitting with and thinking and talking to is doing in order to approach and make that situation go as well as you want it to. So let's get into the video. But before we do that, if you like the idea of my videos and you've seen lots of the content, please like and subscribe to the channel. Smash that button so we can make sure we get you videos every Saturday morning. But enough of that, let's get on to the 6 body gestures and signs that you need to watch out for in sales to get brilliant results. Let's have a look at the video. So I've created a model called the 7-figure sales program, which is everything you need to have in place in order to achieve 7-figure sales results. And in that area, we've got 6 key areas that are critical. And the second part of that is to be able to think like the other person you're engaging with. When we become experts at human psychology and understanding the other person that we're working with or talking to, great things can happen. And one of the key things that we have to learn to be able to do in sales is not only just hear the words that we're getting from the other person, but also see the signals and the signs that they're giving us, which are critical for us to be able to make sure that we approach that conversation the right way. Albert Morabian in 1979 did a study and he found that only 7% of the success of a communication comes in the words we say. The other 93% is how we deliver the words and also the body language that we use. So let's look at the key things you've got to put in place and watch out for if you're going to be successful in sales. The first one is this, and you've probably seen this before and you think, yeah, okay, I know this one, James. It's the crossed arms. The crossed arms is a sign of basically defense. It's someone protecting themselves. It's a sign that basically they're projecting a little bit of anger or anxiety. And so if you're seeing that situation as a salesperson, what do? You can just try and carry on talking at them, but I'd be more inclined to, if I'm seeing someone in that situation, I'd be more inclined to say, hey, really keen to make sure that I'm covering the key issues you want me to today. Or I'm really keen to ensure this is a really great use of your time. Tell me a bit more about how you're feeling in that way. With open palms, so I can show that I'm trying to be honest and open to that other person. Basically, I've got to try and break down the barrier that those crossed arms are signaling to me. And if I don't, and if I've literally got someone like that all the time, then the chances are that the relationship between us, the rapport, is not going to develop. They don't trust us at the moment. They feel anxious. They feel angry, as if they want to put up a barrier between the two of us. So we've got to break that down first. And the best way to do that is to use your nice tone and be empathetic and really engage, focus on them. I'm really keen to understand about you. Oh, I saw that you did this, tell me more about that. And if that person really doesn't want to open up, then maybe even say to them, hey, look, I sense that there's a bit of distrust between us. I want to move on from that. I want to help solve some situations, or I want to help you get this issue resolved. Let's just talk about it. If it's not right, hey, no worries, I'll leave you to it. Sometimes we have to diffuse the situation and diffuse that crossed arm look in order to get the person through to the other side. So look out for that. If you see those arms crossed, be aware of it, what it's signaling and what you should do about it to hopefully get that person feeling better and wanting to have a conversation with you. So point number 2 is a signal that you've maybe not necessarily seen before, but is a really good one to look out for. And it's the head tilting to one side. And what that's doing is it's maybe giving that person is giving a sense of openness to you. The neck is one of those vulnerable parts of our body. So when they're looking like that, it's not that they've maybe got a problem or a twitch, it's just that they're maybe thinking, or they're being open, or they're being prepared to look at something differently. I used to have a friend who would always look like that when he was thinking about something. He was being open to trying something new. And so when you're seeing that signal as a salesperson, it's your job to maybe follow in on the conversation you've just had. It sounds like you're giving that a little bit of thought at the moment, or it sounds like this is an area that could be useful for you. Just talk me through this, or how can we put a plan together that can help you solve that situation? Don't ignore the signal. When someone's being open and trying to maybe share some information with you that's a bit deeper than they would have done normally, it's your chance to find out more and to probe a bit more and to try and find out really what's going on in their world, what's behind that thinking process in order to see if you can move it to the next stage. The head tilting open is a great sign to look for, and if you use it in the right way, you can hopefully find out a little bit more about their challenges or their desires, the things they want to do, and use that in your sales conversations to move the business opportunity forward. Look out for it. It's a great sign of that person being open and wanting to maybe share and do other things, and use it in the right way, and hopefully it can make a great success of that meeting to result in business for you and your company. The third sign to look for is that rubbing the neck. When you see people rubbing the neck, they're rubbing the neck, and what normally happens is they're doing that when they're feeling insecure or pretty stressed by a situation. It's that signal, and we've all done it probably in meetings or conversations where we're rubbing our neck, something's not quite right. So what we need to do as a salesperson or business person is look out for that. What can we do when we see that situation? Maybe it's around when we've given someone a proposal or a pricing outline. When we see that reaction, we've probably got to try and be aware that they're probably feeling a little bit stressed. So maybe you can use a few words to say, how does that feel for you? Or I'm sensing that may not be quite right for you. Tell me what you're thinking. You're trying to hopefully get someone to open up what they're thinking at that time. And the rubbing of the neck is a sign that something's not quite right. And most salespeople and business people will ignore it and ignore the sign, and that just means that they then send proposals and do lots of work and effort that then result in nothing in the future. Know what that means, that signal could be, and doesn't mean to say automatically you should go up to someone and say, I think you've got a problem because you're rubbing your neck. You want to be aware of it and cognizant of it so you can adjust what you say in order to make sure that you're hopefully going to resolve that problem for that person. So be aware of that rubbing of the neck, what it means, and hopefully maybe share some ideas of thoughts that can get that person to think about an alternative to what the issues that they've got right now are. Maybe your solution. It's a time when you can share details of how your solution can help them to get rid of that problem and hopefully be in a position where you can do business together. So the fourth signal you've really got to look out for is a similar one to the rubbing of the neck. It's that the rubbing of the eyes, what they call a visual reset. It's when people are rubbing their eyes, and we've sort of seen it before. Poker players will sometimes do it, where they'll literally rub their eyes when they've just had a bad hand. And what they're looking to do is basically say, get rid of that problem in front of me. Get rid of that issue in front of my eyes. Most people will do that message or gesture when they're really struggling with a situation where the problem's been really exacerbated, or when they've got a stressful situation that they're trying to overcome. And what they're looking to do is basically say, I want to get rid of this. Again, it's a great opportunity for you at the right time to say, I really want to make sure that what we're solving here is providing solutions to help you get rid of these issues. Or I know this can cause stress for lots of business people such as yourself. Wouldn't it make sense for us to look at a solution that helps you resolve these? It's a chance for you to bridge maybe to your solution or what you offer. That rubbing of the eyes is a sign of stress. And even if you haven't in the early stage of the conversation, I've even seen this happen where salespeople are talking at someone and the other person is rubbing their eyes. They're basically saying, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be in this situation. So you have to react appropriately when you see it and make sure that you don't just carry on talking and being oblivious to what's around you, but react to the person and what they're saying and what their body language is saying to you. Look out for those signals, the rubbing of the eyes. It's a key sign that something's not right, something they want to get resolved. And if hopefully you can use it to talk about the next situation or the next stage or how you can overcome the challenge that maybe you've just discussed, and it's going to open up the opportunity to work together and move that opportunity through to the next stage. But the key thing is look out for it and react to it. If you ignore it, be prepared for that meeting or conversation to not go the way you want it to. The fifth final signal you really just want to keep an eye out for, which can have a number of different meanings, but again is linked to a stressful situation, is the rubbing of the ear. The rubbing of the ear is when people are trying to block information that they've just heard. They're basically saying, actually, they just want to block that out. Or maybe they've done something wrong or said something they shouldn't have said in a meeting and they wish that they could block that information out. And again, it doesn't mean to say that means that automatically they've said something wrong, but it's a signal to look out for that they're looking to reconfirm something in their own mind. So again, how you react and respond to it is critical. Maybe you can use that as a chance to say, look, whatever we're discussing here is really between us, and we want to help you solve these issues. We want to help you get that plan in place. We want to help you get that problem resolved. Let's talk about how we do that and make that issue go away and overcome that sense of something could be wrong, by being in a position to make the person feel a bit more comfortable from what's just been said. The touching of the ear is also another sign sometimes when people are really going through some thoughts, some difficult moments. So look out for it and react appropriately. If you do that, you're going to stand a better chance of getting to know them, reading the signs, and moving the conversation forward. And the sixth and final signal and body gesture for you to look out for, which is really, really critical, is the fake smile. What's the fake smile? Here's a really good example of the fake smile. So when a smile is shorter than 2/3 of a second or longer than 4 seconds, it's an indication that it's fake. It's not real, they don't mean it. Whatever you've said to them, basically they are thinking this just isn't right, or they're trying to give an appeasement offer to you to make you think that they're okay with it, but really deep down they're not. If you don't read that signal in the right way, you're going to potentially think of it as a positive sign when in fact it's a negative one. And that could hurt you and your chance of winning the business. So when you look out for that signal, that very, very short smile or a bit longer one that goes on for 4 seconds, be able to respond in the right way. Maybe even just be able to react and say, hey, look, it's great that you're smiling, but be honest with me, how does this really feel for you? Or, I saw you smiling there, but I wasn't sure if that's a real smile or not. What are you really thinking about this solution or what we've just discussed? Be honest with me, I don't want to waste each other's time, and I'd rather you tell me it's not right for you than us to waste each other's time. Sometimes being able to read the signals that we get and what other people are saying to us enables us to open up the conversation or even close it down. We don't want to chase business opportunities that are never going to go anywhere and put our time and energy and effort into an opportunity that's just never going to happen. Your time is the most precious thing you have as a business owner. So learn to read the signals and then react in the right way in order to know whether to take the deal forward or to end it there. But the key thing is we get better at that by reading people, by understanding the signals. And in many cases, a smile is a great indication that someone's really keen to work with you, especially if you get that from someone you're working with who's a man, because men only generally tend to smile 8 times a day. Women, on the other hand, smile 62 times a day on average. So if you're getting smiles from the people you work with, that's a great sign. It's a sign you're building rapport and affinity to hopefully do business together. But if you're getting those signals that aren't quite right, whether you're getting the hand behind the neck or the crossed arms or the rubbing of the eyes or the touching of the ears, you've got to react in the right way. Respond to it, learn how to deal with that situation, and maybe make a note for what happened and what you said or did in order to move the conversation forward. These body gestures and signs are signals that we have to pick up on as salespeople if we want to become experts at what we do. Sales is my craft. I'm passionate about it. I learn it every day. I want to become better at it. And I want to become an absolute expert in the science of people and understanding how other people think and operate. Because when I do, I'm going to stand a better chance of winning business with them. So hopefully you can take these 6 signals in your business work. You can use them in the right way to identify what your prospect or other person is thinking. And if you can use them in the right way, you can then apply them to get the results you want. But hopefully they've given you some insights into how people think and how you can use them to get better sales results. And if you have, and if you found them useful, please like and subscribe to the channel, share it with others, and let's make sure we get business owners all over the world understanding the other person better so they can get incredible sales results. Thanks for watching the video. Next Saturday, another video will be there for you. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll make sure it gets in your inbox as soon as it's released. See you soon. Take care.